right. Well, Daughter are a UK band that have been making big waves on both sides of the Atlantic with their acclaimed debut album, If You Leave. The trio, which includes Brit singer Elena Tonra, Swiss guitarist Igor Heffeli, and French percussionist Remy Aguilera, began working together while enrolled at a British music college. Following a couple of well-received singles, the band soon found themselves with record deals in the US and Europe, playing David Letterman and touring the world, all before they had finished their debut album. Earlier this year, that record finally dropped, and with it, Daughter proved themselves very capable of living up to the early hype. If You Leave is a haunting and atmospheric album, anchored by the melancholy and fragile voice of Elena Tonra. The album is expansive in scope, and it takes the listener through an emotional journey. Daughter is in the midst of a North American tour, but right now, I have them performing for us here in Studio Q. Hello, Daughter.
Hello.
Nice to see you guys. What a pleasure it is to have you here. You're going to kick us off with a song. Elena, what will it be?
Youth.
All right. This is Daughter, live in Studio Q.
Shadows settle on the place that you left. Our minds are troubled by the emptiness. Destroy the middle, it's a waste of time. From the perfect start to the finish line. And if you're still breathing, you're the lucky ones. 'Cause most of us are heaving through corrupted lungs, setting fire to our insides for fun, collecting names of the lovers that went wrong, the lovers that went wrong. Chasing visions of our futures. And one day we'll reveal the truth, that one will die before he gets there. And if you're still bleeding, you're the lucky ones. 'Cause most of our feelings, they are dead. And they are gone, setting fire to our insides for fun, collecting pictures from a flood that wrecked our home. It was a flood that wrecked this home. And you caused it. And you caused it. And if you're in love, then you are the lucky ones. 'Cause most of us are bitter over someone, setting fire to our insides for fun, to distract our hearts from ever missing them. But I'm forever missing them. You caused it. You caused it. And you
great song. Live in Studio Q performing the song Youth from their debut album, If You Leave. That is Daughter from the UK. That's Elena Tonra on vocals and guitar. That was Igor Heffley on that atmospheric guitar sounds that you were hearing there. Remy Aguilera on the drums, playing with a mallet, triggering drums, playing toms, all of that stuff. And Luke Saunders on keys and guitar. Where are you guys? Come on over here. Daughter, the new album, the debut record, If You Leave, and they're currently in the midst of a North American tour. Welcome back to once you got set there, welcome back to Canada.
Hello, thank you.
Nice to have you here. As I mentioned, you guys had garnered a lot of attention, especially in the UK, but really increasingly around the world for that song and beyond before you even put out a record. Now the album is out, If You Leave. It's getting rapturous reviews. How does that feel, Elena?
I don't know if it is, but that's great. I mean, we kind of the album was pretty much made, in very isolated circumstances. So for us, it's like we didn't ever really think about how people would hear it or like how people would react to it once it was done and out there in the world. So it's really nice that people, a lot of people have been really nice about it. A few haven't, but that's what music is, isn't it?
Well, I don't know that many haven't been nice about it. I've predominantly seen nice stuff. Igor, was there, when there's that much hype before your first album even comes out, were you afraid of meeting the hype when you finally would put out a record?
I don't know. I felt like for us it was. I don't think we ever felt like a hype band or anything like that. For us, it was very much. Everything was quite progressive, and we never felt like things were, because you feel like a hype band is something that it's almost like the attention is there before the momentum really is, and for us, we just sort of.
This has felt fluid.
Yeah, exactly. For us, it felt really fluid. I mean, when we started working on the album, we definitely thought we were going. We were going to start this process for ourselves more than anything. So we just did what we wanted to do.
This is going to be inevitably an introduction to a lot of people across North America for you guys. So let's just get into a bit of the story of how this all happened. Elena, the story is you were a solo artist. You were playing by yourself.
Yeah.
Why are you rolling your eyes at me?
I don't know. I wouldn't call it an artist.
Well, what were you? You were.
No, I was just playing guitar.
By yourself?
Badly, and singing. Yeah, no, I just wrote some songs by myself and played them.
And you didn't like that?
No, not really.
You wanted comrades?
Yeah.
What was the problem performing by yourself?
It wasn't very good. And also, no, I think as well, for me, I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable just being by myself on stage. I think in just as my personality is, and also just because of technical ability, I think I couldn't hold a guitar and feel like I can hold this room's attention with.
You're very modest about your abilities. Do you really not think you're very good?
I think I've improved.
I mean, I watched you on stage a couple of nights ago. You seem like a very capable guitarist, and you certainly got a beautiful voice that everybody comments on.
Thank you very much.
Do you
I don't know. I think it was nice to meet people who I was just interested. I mean, Igor, for instance, I met him at college, and it's for us. I think it was almost like the right place at the right time, meeting people that you just connect with and you just make music with. That I don't know. You just all your brains are like colliding together, and so I think it's just the way that he went about things, I thought was really interesting.
Igor, let me ask you about the brains colliding together, as the way Elena just put it. You're very different kinds of songwriters. You say you aren't the kind of musician who can sit down and write a song. On the other hand, she approaches songwriting from a more traditional working stance. How does that approach meet in Daughter?
I think the way Elena writes it needs to be really honest, and it needs to be very much it's so intimate, what she's talking about, and so she needs also that time and space to just sort of maybe often start the song by herself and get out what she wants out, which
You, on the other hand, dishonest.
Yeah, totally dishonest. Very cynical about things. No, no, but and then we start like I guess like building the song together, in the sense of structuring and giving it some harmonic content and stuff like that, and just making sure that but at the same time make sure that we sort of retain maybe that original feeling that Elena was trying to put across, and also I mean. As the newer songs have, the way the newer songs have developed also is where maybe Elena would start. I would have like a chord progression over, and then Elena would start writing with that if she felt inspired. But it always needs to sort of have like Elena's, first intention. Like she needs to definitely feel inspired, or else it just doesn't really work.
And I wouldn't want to go too far down this road. I don't need to question you about it, but you two are personally involved too, right?
Not anymore.
Oh, you're not anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, and how's that going in the band?
It's going good.
You're
yeah.
able to-
About as awkward as how the question went.
Right. So you...
Joking.
My question was going to be how you keep your personal space and your creative space together, but you seem to be coping with working through that. I mean, that's the danger of being in a band with someone that you're involved in, I guess. Right. Well, on the personal note, but not the personal relationship, Elena, your voice and lyrics are very much at the forefront of these songs, and to be sure, you aren't often singing about happy things, it seems.
No.
One reviewer describes, like in a positive context, being dragged through the emotional ringer. How personal are your lyrics?
Very. I mean, they're about what I think about, and then a lot of the time, that's sometimes a bit of a weird place. So yeah, but I mean, to be fair as well, it's not like I'm always like really,
Moping in a corner.
No, because it's just like you get those waves of time where you're in like a low, and then that's possibly, well, for me that's the most creative time. So that's where I write, from.
Igor, you've talked about the band being perfectionists.
Yeah.
How does that express itself?
Oh, I think we're very unhappy with everything we do. And,
that's a positive way of moving forward.
And then it's just how we say the pieces. No, it's just I think we're really all into what we do, and we feel very passionate about it, and so we're always gonna strive for better. And I think. In a way, I'm joking about it, but it's true that we're always slightly unhappy, but I think it's good because you want to strive for perfection. But if you feel like one day you've hit that point where you've
cracked it.
Yeah, you cracked it. Then you just move on to the next thing.
I mean, are you able to enjoy
anything?
Anything? No, are you able
I think
to?
some people question that sometimes.
Like, is there a moment where you high five each other and go, "Yeah,
yeah, definitely."
You do have that, right?
Yeah. We do,
Yeah.
and then we go, "Oh, that bit was actually pretty rubbish, though."
Yeah.
Right, as long as you don't revel in the happiness for too long.
Yeah.
You've become this very busy, in-demand band. Your touring schedule is pretty intense, and this promises to continue given the reception this album is getting. Do you have coping mechanisms set up, or is it just go for it for as long as you can?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we always keep quite oblivious. Don't know whether that's because we do it consciously or just because we don't pay much attention to stuff. But I think it's kind of it. Yeah,
So
I think
you're just sort of figuring this out.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't have a plan.
Yeah, no, I think there's no protection in that sense, and that means that there might be moments where, even on stage, like there's you just sort of, sometimes it's maybe hard to cope and can be overwhelming, but in general, I mean, I think again having no protection also just means that it's so much more. There's much more emotion. I mean, even just like people relating to the music and obviously physically relating to it and singing it also along. For us, it's like it's every night is surprising, and every night it brings this feeling of like having like sort of I guess, like a purpose or whatever. And
People emotionally relate to your songs in quite a big way. Are you aware of that, Elena?
I've been. People will tell us things after the show, or even during the show. And I remember we had a show. I think it was in Vancouver actually, and we were playing, and I looked into the audience and I saw a girl crying, and right in front of me, but sort of towards the middle, and it really upset me, and I didn't know what to do, and I kind of wanted to just run down there, and I didn't, and I kind of regret that, to be honest. But I think, yeah, that kind of affects me when I think other people are affected by it. It's like
Does it change the song for you somehow?
Yeah, I think it did a bit. Then I was kind of just, I don't know, I was kind of singing it almost to her, but then I thought maybe that was making things worse, because I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, that things like that really, that's when you kind of start to, it's kind of overwhelming in
and
a
yet
great way.
that's what art is, right? The power to move people.
Yeah, it's pretty, yeah, it's I don't know, it's great, to be fair.
Think of an artist or song that's made you cry.
Well, I'm a bit of a crier. I think Sigur Rós, I think live, well, we went to see them at a festival. I've seen them a few times now. And I think I might have cried from the beginning of the show till the end.
And are you a fan of Sigur Rós?
Massive fan.
So there's your answer.
Yeah.
Back to that girl in Vancouver. It wasn't such a bad thing. You were
No.
moving that person. It's
Yeah.
so great to have you guys here.
Oh,
Thanks for
thank
doing it.
you
You're going
for
to play.
having
What
us.
song are you going to play for us now?
Winter. I
Oh.
almost forgot.
Head on over there. The band is Daughter from the UK. It's Elena, Igor, Rami. The new album is called, it's their debut record. It's called If You Leave. They're joined by Luke Saunders performing live here in Studio Q. The song Winter, Daughter, live in Studio Q.
Drifting apart like two sheets of ice, my love. Frozen hearts growing colder with time. There's no heat from our mouths. Please take me back to when I was yours. We were in flames. I needed you to Wait for me to degrade before you go killing. Pray for waste of daylight speaks what slumbers keeping under the bed. Out of revenge and staring at sheets. There's some piece of me, there's some piece of me. Winter crush all of the things that I once had.
Performing the song Winter in Studio Q. That's the band Daughter. That's Elena Tonra on bass guitar, in that case, and vocals. That's Igor Heffeli on guitar, Remy Agalela on drums, and Luke Saunders on guitar, keyboards. Thank you so much, you guys, for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure to have you. Thanks, Remy. Never gets a microphone. Never gets to express himself, except through the toms.
Just unfortunately not today.
The band is Daughter. The debut record is If You Leave. They're a London-based trio. They've been live here in Studio Q. If You Leave is out now, available from Glassnotes Records in North America. And their North American tour continues. For tour information, go to ohdaughter.com, ohdaughter.com. Again, Daughter have been with me here live in Studio Q.